Hello, I am Helena, and I am here to guide you to a moment of peace. Allow yourself to find a comfortable position. Inhale softly through your nose and release the air slowly. Just rest. We are in a place outside of time, at the edge of twilight, that magical moment when the sky still holds a sliver of deep blue, but the night has already begun to weave its cloak of secrets. The air is cool and clear with the crisp scent of the coming night, a smell of damp earth and slumbering leaves. Before us, a gate materializes in the gloom as if it had sprouted from the forest itself. It is tall and imposing, made of dark wrought iron, crafted by the hands of ancient artisans. See the delicate arabesques at the top. They intertwine like slender branches, drawing shapes our imagination tries to decipher in the soft light. This gate is not an obstacle, it is an invitation. One of its doors is ajar, calling us into the mystery it guards. And from within, a warm, golden light escapes, spilling onto the dirt path and illuminating the small, purple flowers that grow stubbornly at its base. This light feels alive. It pulses with a peaceful promise of wonder. Around us, the foliage is dense and wild, yet welcoming. Vines embrace the stone pillar that supports the gate, as if wanting to share the stories it has witnessed. And everywhere, tiny points of light, like lazy fireflies or shimmering stardust, float in the air, dancing slowly, creating an atmosphere of pure magic. Listen, what do you hear here? Almost nothing, just the profound silence of the woods, a sense of stillness, the peace that precedes discovery. If you concentrate, perhaps you can imagine the soft, ancient creak as this gate moves, a sound that doesn't break the silence, but is part of it. Take another deep breath. Feel the mystery calling to you. There is nothing to fear. We are together. Let's take the first step and cross this portal into the secret garden of lunar whispers. As we cross the portal, the world shifts. The air seems to grow denser, more ancient. The golden glow of the gate is left behind, and now we are embraced by the silvery, diffused light of the moon, which can barely filter through the canopy of the giant trees above us. Ahead, a path reveals itself, not one that was built, but one that seems to have been born with the garden itself. Large stone slabs, irregular and unique, fit together like pieces of a natural puzzle. They are the silent guardians of time, their surfaces smooth and worn by countless seasons of rainfall and moonlight. And growing between them, filling every crevice, is a carpet of living velvet, a moss of a deep and vibrant green which seems to pulse with the calm energy of the garden. It dampens all sound and invites us to walk with reverence. Imagine taking the first step upon this path, perhaps barefoot, feeling the cool, solid surface of the stone under the soles of your feet, and then the plush softness of the moss that yields slightly under your weight, like a caress from the earth itself. The scent here is different. It is more intense. It is the scent of ancient life, the aroma of damp earth that hasn't seen the sun in a long time, the fresh, green perfume of the ferns that lean over the trail as if to greet us. Breathe it in. It is the scent of tranquility itself. The path beckons us forward. It curves gently to the right, vanishing into the welcoming darkness of the woods. It does not show us its end, for the journey here is more important than the destination. Every step is a discovery. Let us walk together, feeling the history beneath our feet and allowing the deep silence of this place to fill all our empty spaces with no hurry at all. And then something makes us pause. Our walking ceases beside the path, bathed in a light that seems to come from within. A solitary rose calls for our attention. We draw closer. We crouch down to observe its private universe. It is not pure white, but the color of ivory, of moon cream. Its petals unfurl in a perfect spiral, as if sculpted from delicate, waxed silk. And upon them, the night has left its trace, a dusting of liquid diamond. Tiny droplets of dew cling to the edges of each petal, shimmering softly in the garden's magical light. But it is the heart of the rose that holds our gaze. There, in a balance that defies gravity, rests a single drop of water. Perfect, spherical, a tiny liquid jewel, a crystalline lens that captures the entire garden within itself. If we look very closely, we can see the distant points of light, the golden bokeh of the background, reflected and refracted in its small world. It is as if the entire universe of this garden were held within this tiny, perfect sphere. Bring your face close in your imagination. Sense the perfume that emanates from it. It's a fragrance different from the other flowers in the garden, softer, perhaps sweeter, with a note of vanilla or nocturnal honey. It's a scent that does not spread, that lingers right there, like a secret, kept only for those who come close enough. If we could touch, we would feel the momentary coolness of the water drop, a small shock of reality in the midst of so much dream, and we would feel the impossibly soft texture of the petals. In this moment, the world is reduced to this rose. There is no past, no future, only the beauty of this perfect, fleeting instant. Allow your mind to rest here, in this small miracle of nature, and find peace in the simplicity of its existence. Leaving the rose behind, the path opens, and we enter a clearing that takes our breath away. This is not just an open space in the woods. It is a sanctuary, a place of serene power, guarded by ancient trees that seem to have watched over the garden for millennia. Look at them, at the two immense trees that frame our view. Their trunks are thick, covered in a wrinkled bark that tells stories, and wrapped around their branches like necklaces of starlight. Thin golden lights twinkle gently. They are not artificial lights. They seem more like the luminous hearts of the trees themselves, a vital energy that glows from within. The ground at their feet is not soil nor grass. It is a living carpet, woven with a variety of greens that the night cannot hide. There are the broad, lustrous leaves of the hostas, which look like dark mirrors reflecting the magical light. There are the delicate fronds of the ferns, drawing complex shapes in the shadows. And right in the center, as if a river of stars had fallen from the sky, there is a field of tiny white flowers. They glow with a light of their own, pale and milky, creating a luminous path that invites us to go deeper. The silence here is different from the rest of the garden. It is a reverent silence. The air is still, cool, and carries the perfume of all these lives together. The scent of ancient wood, of damp leaves, and the sweet, almost imperceptible aroma of the white flowers. This place is the pulsating heart of the garden, a place to stop, not just to look, but to feel. To feel the peace that emanates from the trees, the resilience of the moss, and the silent joy of the small lights. Stay here as long as you need. Let the serenity of this clearing wash over your soul and prepare your spirit for the secrets that are yet to come. And then we see the miracle. From above, piercing the canopy of trees, we cannot see. A single, intense beam of light descends from the heavens. It is as if the moon itself has reached down with a silver finger to touch the lake's surface. Where the light meets the water, a silent explosion of silvery brilliance dances and shimmers, creating a luminous pillar that seems to connect sky and earth. It is a vision that soothes the soul and fills us with a sense of wonder and peace. Let us sit here at the water's edge upon the ancient stones that form the bank. Feel the coolness of the stone beneath you. The only sound is that of our own breathing, which now seems slower, deeper. The air holds the scent of clean water and wet stone, a mineral and fresh perfume that clears the mind. This is a place to let go. Imagine that every worry, every anxious thought you carry is a small, dark leaf. Now, release them one by one onto the surface of the lake. Watch as they float away slowly until they are absorbed by the quiet darkness of the water, leaving you lighter, more at peace. Stay here in this sacred silence under the gaze of this pillar of moon. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, just to be, just to breathe, just to exist in this moment of pure and profound serenity. And we accept the garden's invitation to rest. We approach the stone bench that has been waiting for us at the lake's edge. Even before sitting, we can feel its ancient energy. Look closely. See the texture of the stone. It is not a smooth, polished surface. It is rustic, full of small imperfections and the marks of time. A stone that has absorbed the cold of thousands of nights and the warmth of thousands of suns we never see in this garden. It is the foundation, stability, the promise that this place is solid and safe, but the stone is not bare. Nature, in its infinite kindness, has woven for us the softest of seats, a thick mantle of moss, of a green so deep it seems to hold the soul of the forest. It covers the stone like a damp and living velvet, softening every edge, inviting our touch. Imagine running your fingers over it, feeling its velvety, cool, and slightly damp texture. And see, sprouting from this green carpet, small and delicate white flowers emerge. like miniature stars that decided to be born here in this place of rest. They remind us that even in stillness, life continues, soft and resilient. Now, sit. Let your weight be fully supported by the solidity of the stone and the comfort of the moss. Feel the coolness rise gently, relaxing your body. The scent that rises from the stone and the moss is the oldest scent in the world. The smell of earth, of rain, of time. In this moment, you are not a visitor. You are part of the scene. You are at rest, just like the bench. And like it, you are being cared for by nature. Allow your muscles to relax completely. Surrender your weariness to the stone. Let the soft moss absorb any tension that still remains in you. Here, we simply rest. Still seated on the stone bench, our gaze returns to the lake's surface, and we are drawn to a beauty that seems to float between two worlds. They are the water lilies, the moonflowers of the garden. They rest upon the dark water with an impossible grace, like small cradles of white porcelain with a heart of pale gold. Their immaculate petals open to the night, and the soft light that illuminates them seems to make them even more luminous, standing out from the darkness that surrounds them. See how the still water creates a perfect mirror. For every flower that floats, there is another that dances in its reflection. An inverted and silent world just below the surface. They have no roots in the earth. Their anchor is the water itself. Their freedom is to float, and enveloping the scene, a low and ethereal mist glides over the lake like a veil, like the very breath of the garden. It makes the air denser, the silence deeper, and adds a layer of mystery and dream to all that we see. The perfume they emanate is subtle, almost imperceptible. It is not a sweet scent, but a pure one. It is the scent of water itself blooming, a clean fragrance that speaks of renewal and peace. Observe them for a moment. They make no effort. They do not fight against the current, for there is no current. They simply are. They float, surrendered to the stillness of the lake and the protection of the night. Perhaps they have a secret to teach us, the secret of simply being, of letting go, and of finding beauty in the calm. Let your mind float with them, light, serene, at peace. We leave the liquid peace of the lake behind and follow a path that narrows, inviting us into the oldest, most sacred heart of the garden. The moonlight, once so clear, now becomes a diffuse glow, filtered by a dense canopy of leaves and by a mist that seems to float in time. Here, the trees are the true masters of the place. They are elders with thick, gnarled trunks covered in a cloak of dark green moss, like a beard that has grown over centuries. Their branches stretch and intertwine high above, forming a ceiling, a natural cathedral that shelters and protects us. The ground under our feet is soft, a mixture of dark earth and leaves that fell many seasons ago. Each step is silent, absorbed by the generosity of the forest. The air here is cooler and carries the scent of ancient wood, of past rain, and of well-kept secrets. And it is in this silence that we understand the name of this place, the Whispering Woods. But do not expect to hear the sound of the wind rustling the leaves. The whisper here is different. It is the sound of deep silence. It is the snap of a single dry twig giving way to time. It is the rustle of a leaf that finally lets go and makes a long, spiraling journey to the ground. These are the sounds we can only hear when our minds become completely still. We walk through this tunnel of trees and mist, and in the distance, a clearer light calls to us. It is not strong, not blinding. It is a gentle promise that the path continues, that there is more beauty to be discovered. Feel safe here, protected by these gentle giants. Every breath seems cleaner, every thought clearer. We are crossing a portal of tranquility, guided by the whispers of silence and the soft light that awaits us at the end of the trail. As our feet walk slowly along the trail, our gaze, once lost in the vastness of the treetops, now descends to the ground. And here we discover an entire universe at our feet. The earth is covered by a thick mantle of fallen leaves in shades of amber and brown. They form a soft and fluffy carpet which muffles our steps and exudes the rich, deep scent of the forest, a perfume of earth, of time, and of decomposition that nourishes new life. Scattered among the leaves, small, perfectly formed pine cones look like wooden jewels left behind by the trees. But it is at the foot of an ancient, sturdy trunk that the true magic is revealed. A beam of silvery light descends from the heavens like a divine spotlight and illuminates not the earth, but a small miracle that sprouts from it. A small cluster of mushrooms, delicate and translucent, that glow with a light of their own. It is an ethereal cyan blue, a soft bioluminescence that pulses with a secret life. They are like little forest lamps, small lanterns lit by fairies to illuminate the paths of nocturnal beings. Their light is so soft that it tints the surrounding damp leaves with a beautiful, ghostly glow. In this moment, the immense forest is reduced to this small stage, a scene of secret beauty that only reveals itself to those who walk slowly and look with attention. It is a reminder that magic is not only in the grandiose things, like the ancient trees or the moonlit lakes, but also in the smallest details, in the life that insists on shining in the darkness. Let your gaze rest on this small family of light. Feel the peace that exists in this cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The leaf that falls, the earth that welcomes it, the light that reveals it, and the magic that sprouts from it. From the small secrets of the ground, our chin lifts, our head tilts back, and our gaze rises past the trunks, the branches, until it crosses the last leaf and pours into the infinite. The trees that sheltered us, that formed the ceiling of our sanctuary, now become the frame, the window to the universe itself. And what a universe is revealed to us. It is not a common night sky. It is black, deep velvet, embroidered not with hundreds, but with millions of points of light. A powder of infinite diamond, scattered by a divine hand. We see the backbone of the night, the great river of light, the ancients called the Milky Way, cutting the sky with its luminous and majestic mist. Each point of light is a sun, a story, a distant world. Some shine with a constant and secure strength. Others twinkle softly, as if sending us a secret across the vastness of time and space. The silence here is absolute, a cosmic silence, filled only by the silent light of these stars. And in this moment, before such immensity, we feel small. But it is not a smallness that diminishes us. It is a smallness that sets us free. Our worries, our anxieties, how insignificant they seem before the eternal dance of the cosmos. Breathe deeply and imagine you are inhaling this cool, ancient light from the stars. Feel it fill your lungs, your bloodstream, every cell of your body. You are not just looking at the universe. You are part of it. The same carbon, the same stardust that shines millions of light years away lives inside of you. Let this perception bring you a deep peace, the peace of belonging to something so vast, so beautiful, and so eternal. The starlight dissolves, and our gaze descends from the sky, but we do not return to the garden. We cross one last veil, and now we float. We are no longer in a place that can be touched. We are in the landscape of your own mind, a place of absolute peace, shaped by your relaxation. Before you, gentle hills of tranquility stretch to infinity, covered by a sea of clouds or a soft mist. A sun of dreams or an inner moon shines gently in the sky, bathing everything in a calm and safe light. Feel your body becoming light, very light, like the mist that covers these hills. Every part of you lets go, dissolves into this landscape of peace. Your arms, your legs weigh comfortably, sinking into this mattress of clouds. Your breath is the only movement here, slow, deep, in the rhythm of your own rest. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to think about. The garden has brought us here, and now it delivers us to sleep. Your eyes are heavy, very heavy. Allow them to close. The secret garden and I will be here when you wake. But now it is time to rest. Sleep well, sleep deeply, rest.